is one of the things you do is get them to buy more than one card. Now with this week's video, I got the normal stuff, what sold. I sold 14 items. I sold 13 postcards and 1 magazine ad, and I'll go over that. For a total of $75 overnight, I sold those cards. So I'll do that in the beginning, get that over with, and then we're going to get into a special topic of pull-out postcards. Yeah, pull-out postcards. They kind of surprised me on what some of them sold. I never really looked at them. I kind of threw them in the flea market box. I figured they'd sell that well. But it kind of surprised me a little bit. And then in the poll section, probably on everybody's mind as of July 11th, when eBay upped the promoted listings from 1% to 2%, seen a lot of videos out there, a lot of discussions about it. Do you use promoted listings? And I got some comments from people on that. Then also in that section, I thought it would be a good time to break down the cost, what it would cost to sell a postcard. If I sold a postcard at $5, what is my estimated profit for the month and year, etc., and where can I save money? How do I think? You hear me talk about prices of things, so I've actually tried to put it into a format that I can geek out on some numbers for you. And I'll put it in my normal way of doing it, where I'm sure it should sink in, but if you can just get one thing and cut your costs from that section today, it'll make a total difference, and you can just use it all the way through. Then I got some viewer comments to go over. I pulled out of different places. But let me go ahead and get into the what sold. And remember, it's not about the $75 I sold, it's the variety, what cards to look for that people are buying. Some of them today kind of surprised me. They have a lot of some of them. But the first one, as normal, I sold a bunch of boats, ships. This guy bought 4 of these. These are USS Iowa battleship, BB-61. It's actually full blowing the gun right there. So he bought 4 of these cards. Now these cards got a little bit of curve on them, but they're actually made by a publisher that this club I bought these cards from. So these 4 cards were worth $18. And that's one of the things in the section, the poll section in numbers, is one of the things you do is get them to buy more than one card. Those 4 cards right there will get a sleeve, and 4 cards will go in an envelope for 57 cents. eBay standard envelope went up from 53 cents to 57 cents. So they added, 4 cents to it. But I can put those 4 cards in there, even though my price of each of those cards had the postage added into the price. These sold for $4.55, and that has the shipping included in it. So I got 4 times 55 cents or whatever I figured in there. Then they probably got the bulk discount of 15% if you buy more than one card. So they get a little bit back, I get a little bit, and I'll put them in one envelope for 57 cents. If I just sold 1 card, then I wouldn't get that much money. So I try to add more cards to the thing. The next card that sold is a photo. With that Navy ship haul, I got a lot of these photos. It's got all the information on the back. This is a little 3x5 photo. Sold for $8.55. Those don't go eBay standard envelope. They go a stamp and a label. If they buy a lot of them, I'll put them in a first class package. But this one is all by itself, so it'll go. This ship is the USS Iowa. This is like a airbrush hand colored divided back, an older one. This came from that private collection, those 8 albums I bought this year, and I did a whole series of videos on. This sold for $4.55. I think there was a discount. These don't go for that much. They go for like the other ship ones too. There's a lot of them out there. They did a lot of these. Next one is ponies and the pens. Just horses, some kids. People sell. Horses sell. $4.55. Next one on eBay is the Francis de Paulo Mission. This is in New Mexico. Missions do sell. They do sometimes take a while, but I do have a lot of the missions up there. Next one is the La Quinta, Stanford University, California. 1916. Divided back card. Stanford University. I must have got a bunch of Stanford universities on there. But that sold for $4.50 or $5.55. Then we got Columbia University. Universities, schools, boys' homes, teachers' colleges, all that stuff. Now this was written on the back but not posted, and it seems like a white border card, but It's probably a little earlier than that. But that sold for $4.55. Roads and highways is another thing. These arches, these signs, stuff like that. This one is the entrance gate to Nass, Michigan. Chrome card, $4.55. These two cards are the ones that I have a lot of them. I don't really put them up that much anymore. They're just linen cards from Florida, and they're of the Thomas Edison home in Florida. So somebody bought 2 of these cards, and they actually had 50 cents on the back. Someone that told them. So Thomas Edison home on there. It's kind of like Mount Vernon. Me, when I see them, I usually don't list them that much anymore. I put them in the flea market box to sell, bulk at the flea market. But those 2 sold. And then here's another one of that Tuscaloosa Mission Chrome card. So all cards, 13 cards, $75. And then on Etsy, I have these magazine ads. These are just magazine ads I cut out of the Life magazines or whatever, and they make these bags and boards. It's all boarded and bagged, and I put some little Scotch tape on the back so they can take it out and frame it. This is the Shave Master Shaver on there, and that sold. Let me see what that one sold for. $15. This sold for $15. Now, how I ship these? People always ask how I ship these. This is like a 12 by 15 thing. Full envelope mailer, just like the regular envelopes, but these are the ones that the post office likes to bend like this and put it in a mailbox. So you want to make sure you put some kind of stiff cardboard in there. And then what I do is I cut the cardboard. I just get the Walmart 14, 12 boxes or whatever they are, and I put them in there just like that. Then I take this little guy, and I put it face against the cardboard, and I slide it right in there, and it fits perfectly. And then you just take and you peel off the paper, and you seal it down, and that's it. And that'll ship just fine. I'll put the label right on front, and it goes first class. I'll drop it off at the post office. Too big to put in their slot, and I didn't put a pickup today. So that's how I ship those. They're not going to bend this. This is you can put the flimsy board in there, but they're still bended. This one they're not going to bend. I've never had a problem doing it this way. Overall, I maybe have 75 cents my cost into everything here, and it sold for $15. Now with the fees and stuff like that, yeah. But they're easy to do. I have hundreds of them over there. They're not fast sellers, but just something else. I bring people into the store. And I've probably sold a couple hundred over the last year or so of those. But those are Life magazines, your bigger magazines and stuff. Now, the special topic, pull-out postcards. Now, pull-out postcards, the name is all over the board, I found. People call them different things. But let me show you some of them here while I talk about some of the highlights. And remember, I don't go into 100% detail on these things. I give you enough to tease you to say, is this something you want to look for and dig deeper in? So you can always go out and do more research on this stuff on the internet or wherever. But these I don't know a lot about. I don't sell them that much, but I might start. And you'll see why when we get into pricing. But flip out, the postcards have been called flip out postcards, fold out postcards, and pull out postcards. I'm going to talk about them as pull out postcards. That's how I know of them as. Fold out postcards, that's a different type to me. And I'll be doing a video about fold out. And flip out, just didn't, they're pull out. There's tabs on them. As you'll see, there's tabs on the side that you can pull. So I call them pull out postcards. Because that's what I do when I get them. I open a little flap and pull them out to look at it. These postcards sometimes have a flap on the front, and when you lift the flap, you would pull out the pictures. They're small pictures on a accordion style thing, as you see in the pictures here. But they also can have a tab on the side that you pull out the pictures as well. Or a little door that opens and you pull the pictures up and look at them where they flip through. That's what I call a pull out postcard. And when I did the search for these, pull out was the one that came up the most. These are thicker cards, 2 to 3 ply, because they have the cards in there. They got the flap, so to write on the back, they have to put a smooth surface for people to write. So they're usually thicker. So you want to watch your shipping. If you're listing these, make sure you weigh them. They're probably going to be up over the 1 ounce part, probably in the 2 to 3 ounces if you get a couple of these sold at the same time. So you want to make sure you cover yourself there. A lot of the older ones did not make it. The card probably make it, but the little door or the tab or the paper that you pull out is really not that high of grade. It's a lighter cardstock a lot of times, and those get torn out and stuff like that. So when you see those, you want to check that to make sure before you list it. And if it is, you can disclose that in your listing or decide if you want to sell it or not. As I was mentioning, I was surprised how much some of these sold for when I started going through things. I go, they sold it for these? And then the listed, you know, we'll get into that. But I thought they were like the Tuck's little packet of postcards, those catalog things, those Tuck envelopes with all those little postcards in the accordion thing. I don't sell those. They sell between $1 and $3. I put them in a box for a flea market guy. That's what I thought these were, but I think I'm going to rethink these a little bit. And as you saw in the pictures, you saw the ones where they pull out, one with a door that flips open, see the pictures, and then the tab on the side. That's the pull out one. Some of these have a little slit at the bottom and they slide out as well. So you want to be curious when you see these types of postcards. And they're called postcards because they have a postcard back. But are they like a packet, envelope? I call them pull-out postcards. Make it easy for me. And you'll see them all over the place. And you'll probably see them in lots or see them in antique stores. You see them on eBay for sure. The pricing of these, the sold high, the sold low, the list high, and the list low is how I kind of gauge the market, what's actually happening out there. Doesn't mean I have to sell it at this high price or I sell it at low price. I try to find out and get a feeling of how the market's doing with these. And I also look and see how many are listed and how many are sold. I was just doing some postcards the other day, some oilette postcards. On the Tuck site, they said they were worth $10. And some other sites, they had them $16. But I didn't find a lot of sold. I got pennies into these cards. And there's a lot of them on eBay, a lot of competition. They're selling them for $10 to $15. But I think I found 1 or 2 sold over the last 90 days or last year. And I said the sell-through rate is very low on these. So I went, brought it to $6.55 a piece since I have a lot of them. I don't have a lot into them. And I can undercut the competition. eBay is not my competition. A lot of people nowadays think the selling sites are the competition. My competition is the other sellers. I'm not going to go out there and compete with eBay, saying I got to promote my items and do all this other stuff. eBay is not my competition. It's the selling site, a site and expenses I have to manage. My competition is the other sellers and what they're selling them for and how they're packaging their stuff on their pictures and their titles and stuff. That's my competition, not eBay. That's another rant that I'll get into later on in another video. So that's how I look at everything. But I put those other cards up for $6.55. And I've sold a couple already with that on the sites. And probably because that's probably what they're worth because the sell-through rate is hard. There's not a lot of demand for them, I want to say. The supply's out there, but the demand's low. So that means the price goes down. If demand's high and the supply's low, then your price can go up. But with these, there was a lot out there. A lot listed, not a lot sold. So the sold high here, this is what caught my eye. Here's one for 1907, Hanover, Pennsylvania Village. Pull out, flip photos, postcard, rare. And you know how I am about caps, and you know how I am about rare. Get rid of those. But they did pull out and flip photos. I'd be careful with the word photos. But vintage they can take out, rare they can take out. Hanover, Pennsylvania should be at the end. Maybe that's what it is. Not 1907 Hanover, that's not bad. But rare and vintage, take that out. I don't think eBay really cares about those. $39.99. $40, free shipping for a pull-out 1907 postcard. You know, undivided back probably. That caught my eye. Next one, Minnesota Granite Falls. 10-view pull-out postcard, published circa 1910. $15. And that's a nice picture. They got it pulled out. The top one didn't have the tab out. This one's got a nice pull-out of it. $15, free shipping. Antique postcard with pull out plus 3 Halloween cards. So they're adding into the lot some Halloween cards, which are probably reproductions if they're selling for $13. But there's a bid. This was an auction. They got $13 plus $4.70, so $17 for all these cards. So that's 4 cards for $15. It's about $4 or $5 a piece. So they weren't as low as I thought they were on the highs. So when I look at these, I'll probably take a little closer look next time and say, do I want to list these and really do a little bit more due diligence than I have been over the years. But then you get into the sold low. And this auction here, 99 cents and $5 shipping. Use eBay standard envelope. Postcard, Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Pull out postcard, 1905. Nice. Get rid of the nice. One bid, so it's a buy it now. You didn't get 2 people in there, so they got it for 99 cents. Early 1900s vintage, whatever pass, multi-view pull-out postcard. Get rid of all the caps. They put a 50% discount on a $5.13 card. Best offer accepted. So they had it on 50% discount and took a best offer. And they have $4.43 shipping. That one came from Australia. So maybe the shipping is there. But if you're discounting 50%, just change the price. But there's nothing left there by the time they do all that. He might have made a little bit on the shipping, but he was just clearing stuff out, it looks like. And then the Ogden Lucian cutoff pull-out postcard. That's a very cryptic looking title to me. Regular people wouldn't even probably know what all that is. SPR is a railroad pull-out postcard. So it would be, you're tying yourself down to a market. I would put something about railroad in there, get rid of the caps. Keep the pull-out postcard, put postcard up front, Ogden, Lucan, cutoff, railroad, SPR. Get something with railroad in there. And a lot of people collect trains and stuff, but they're not train maniacs, know all of it. Some people do. I know what the SPR is, but I'm not an expert in trains. But you can probably get in more searches if you put railway, railroad, or something like that. 280, 2 bids, 336 shipping. Auctions. You can try them, but I never do well with auctions. I don't think I've run one in the last year. On the insane asylums that it didn't do well. So with the ones sold, you got the low ones and you got the high ones, just like all the cards I do. But that $39.99, the $15 one, and the $13 with the Halloween cards, that caught my eye. So I'll be doing a little bit more due diligence. Now let's see what these people listing these things for. And we always find the ones in the sky that think they got gold, and the ones at the bottom that just want to move some cards. Gotta find a good in between. St. Louis Union Station postcard, right there, Union Station. A lot of people like Union Stations. With rare 12, there, get rid of the with and the slash and the rare. Now 12 pull out St. Louis scene vignettes. You can put vignettes, but I have a video about vignette postcards, what that means. If you don't know what that means, it's kind of where the picture folds into the writing tab. That might turn some people off what they are. I don't know if they're searching on vignette, but they're searching on Union Station. Rare, they're not searching on rare. I have never. But $47.99 are best offer. That's a little higher than what we saw in the market. What's sold, not what's listed, what's sold out there. There's a $40 one, so just up in that area there. If you cleaned up the title, and might be able to do a little better with it. Now, I'm not saying that's a wrong price, because we did see a $40 one sell, but it's not in the norm, in the average. Postcard, Pennsylvania, Franklin, Pennsylvania. Souvenir, bird's eye, mini folder, pull out, and the inventory number. $41, $3.50 shipping. Use eBay standard envelope. But anything over $20 you can't, so they have to ship it first class. So if your cards are over $20, it can't go eBay standard envelope. I think the total for an order is $50. I might be wrong, but I know cards $20. I don't do a lot of $20 cards, so. But $41. And then the next one's a mechanical pull-out souvenir. And I have to wonder why they're saying it's mechanical. I don't think there's a crossover in mechanical and pull-out postcards. I think there's a distinct line there. Mechanical is like something that moves. Even though these move, they're a pull-out postcard. I think they're their own category. That's how I think about it. So I wouldn't say this is a mechanical postcard, but it will get people in. A little deceptive, but it's what people, with the postcard world, there's crossover. So it's whatever they think. I'm not going to call the person out and saying he's wrong, but in my eyes, mechanicals and pullouts have a solid line there for me as a collector. But $40. So all these are listed for $40. Will they all sell for $40? I don't think so. I think they'll have a better chance if they went down some. They all have best offer on there, so that's good. They're maybe testing the market. But you can only test the market for so long. You got to figure out what you want to do with these cards. That one guy threw a 50% sale on a $5 card. That's not what you want to do. You want to do your due diligence and get a good price that'll move the cards. Then you get into listed low. These guys at the bottom, $4, 55 cents shipping, printed in Germany, older card, vintage postcard with pull-out photo, Atlantic City, New Jersey. $4, 55, about what I would sell for, $4.55. That's my starting price for everything, $4.55 and up. I think that's right. $3.60 on the next one. Novelty 12-view pull-out postcards, Rhode Island, right color fisherman. That's a nice looking card there with the fisherman in the little trap. $3.60, $1.20 United Kingdom. That's pretty cheap for $1.20 coming from United Kingdom that I see. That might sell. So all of these on the low side are not bad. I think the high ones need a little help, a little more due diligence. Then the next one, Devon Postcard, Extra, Novelty, United Kingdom, $3.60, $1.26. I don't think that any of those are out of line. I think they're probably where they should be at, and they might be able to go a little higher because of what we saw before with the $15 ones. Depends on the topic. So these postcards, these pull-out postcards, you just want to make sure that they're working. All of them are there. They're not torn, degraded, and make sure it works. And they are going to be a little heavier, so you want to make sure you get your shipping correct. How many ounces, 2 ounces, 1 ounce, or 3 ounce on there. And then look out there and do your due diligence on them. I'm going to take a little closer look at these. That's why I love doing these videos, because I look into stuff I really just had my eye on, but I really didn't want to deal with. But now I'm going to deal with these a little differently. And I hope you do too. Pull out postcards. Who knew? Now with the poll, I got a couple sections in the poll here. One of them is the poll. Do you use promoted listings? And I got a couple comments I'll go over. But I also have a little section here. I want to talk about expenses. I get a lot of questions. What does it cost you to sell a postcard? And I'm going to walk through that little exercise. It's just all generic numbers, made up numbers pretty much. But the poll was, do you use eBay promoted listings? That's where you pay eBay to promote your listing. 51% said yes, 47% said no, 2% said other. So basically 50-50. 50% of everyone's using it, 50% is not. So what is the best practice? There really isn't one. It just depends how you want to run your business. I do not use promoted listings. And eBay just upped it July 11th. Instead of a minimum of 1%, you have to be at 2% or higher to get the promoted listings benefits. And how do you measure those benefits? Not 100% sure. I don't use them. Haven't for a while. I did in the beginning because I thought I had to be up, but did 1%. And I did find out by July 1st, I went through all my categories and all my listings and made sure nothing had a promoted listing. I did find about 1,000 that had the 1% still. Because a lot of times you go to bulk edit something, it won't go because there's an offer or something like that out there. I think that's what it was. But everything in my store is zeroed out. There's no promoted listings in my store. And you see, I just sold 13 postcards. So I'm still selling on there. But I got some comments here from people. Flippin' Ohio. Nope, never have, never will. Cat D. I just started again because I had some really bad days. The last 2 weeks is working some. I will use it on and off. What do you think? I don't know. Turn it on, turn it off, because I think eBay builds those links to Google and promote them. And I don't know what all the promoted listings do. Do they promote it to Google and stuff? And if you turn it on, you turn it off. eBay like that. Is that beneficial? Have you had success with it? I don't know enough about it, so let me know. Bit Buffalo says, I don't believe it's necessary in this category. Me either. Even if you don't place on the first page, buyers will scroll through and see a lot of cards on a particular search. Postcard people love to sit and look at things. They are patient people. I believe only 20% of my sales are from page 1 listings, yet I ranked 17 in the postcard category last time I checked. People are going to go. You got good picture, good titles, good price. You're going to sell postcards. in good stock. Stephen Holton, never have, 24 years on eBay. Joe Mechanic, I did at the beginning, but since eBay changed rules in June, I stopped. Instead, I use sales and past discounts to buyers. I use the volume discount. I have a video about that. You gotta get them to buy more than one card. Get them in the store. Once you got them there, sell them everything you can. Same thing with YouTube. You want people to keep binging your videos. That lets eBay or YouTube know people are interested in your videos. They'll show it to more people. It's just a snowball effect. So when you get them in your store and they're buying a card, give them a discount. Maybe they'll buy another one. Trying to learn this. But I don't believe it helps. I was thinking about blowing out like 7% for like a month and see how that goes. My profit margins are crazy high on postcards, so it wouldn't hurt much. Yeah, I don't know if a month is good enough in my eyes. I don't think eBay is that fast, and I don't think the market's that fast. A lot of people want to, they turn it on, they don't see anything in the day, and they turn it off. You're good, you're going for a month, but I would probably go 3, 6, 9, 12 months. That's your business model for the next 6 months, is I'm going to turn it on and bite the bullet and see how it goes. If your sales start tanking for a couple days, I wouldn't turn it back off or to on or whatever. I would just keep it. If you chase the hills and valleys, you get tired. Look for that middle ground on there. If you want to use it, use it. I wouldn't just turn it on and off. One day you got bad sales and turn it on, but if you're doing it for a month, I would probably go a little longer just to get that trend in there. But that's just me. So 50% said yes, 50% said no. eBay's making money. I get a lot of questions about people saying, what does it cost you to sell a postcard? There's so much goes into that. I tried to put it in a way that I can explain it on what I think. Now this might not be all the numbers that you guys have. These are just generic made up numbers. Some of them might be real here and there, but these are just for the exercise. So don't get all caught up in the numbers, just look at the principle of what I'm trying to say is where you can save money and what it really costs to sell a postcard. This is for average postcards. I'm not talking about the $30 Halloween cards, $100 cards, or the 99-cent auction people. This is $4 to $5, $4 to $6 postcards. The average postcards that pays my bills. So for the exercise, I sold a postcard, selling price $5. Let's stick with $5. Nice easy number. Expenses. The expenses I have here, that I'm going to show you in a second, are ones that I can control very easily, and I can put a number to. That's $1.72, or 34% of the $5. So right at the top, $1.72 gone for expenses. That leaves me $3.28, or 66% of that $5 as profit. Well, what's $1.72, Mark? So what I broke down, these are things that I look at all the time. What did the postcard cost me? Cost of goods sold. What did the postcard cost me? I just put 10 cents here. I think my average this year I'm on 5 cents and under, because I bought some really big lots. Some cards I paid $2 for, some I paid nothing for basically. So I put 10 cents there. So that postcard that I sold for $5 cost me 10 cents. Put a new sleeve, 2 cents. Yours might be cheaper. You bought a big bulk quantity of them, got them for nothing. But I just put 2 cents there. Envelopes. These white envelopes. For $1,000, it's about 16 cents. I think on Amazon is what I looked. About 16 cents for that envelope. Label, 2 cents. You might get them free from that one special place. I put 2 cents. Postage. eBay standard envelope just went up 4 cents. 57 cents for one card. 1 ounce. So your postage is right off the bat. Selling fee. I just put 15%. It can be 14, 18 if you're top rated plus, top or whatever. So I just took an average number of 15% to play with. 75 cents. You're paying eBay 75 cents already to sell that postcard. And for this exercise, this part of it, I just put 2% promoted. That's the minimum. 50% of you people use it. That's 10 cents. You're paying eBay that card. So you're paying eBay 85 cents just in these expenses, not the other ones I'm going to show you in a second, to sell that postcard. All of that adds up to $1.72. What one of these expenses can you have control of to save to get that $1.72 down? That's what you want to do. If you can't raise your price because they're not selling, you got to reduce your expenses. Maybe I want to try to buy the postcards at a nickel a piece. That would save 5 cents. Your sleeves, can you get them cheaper instead of 2-3 cents? Try to get them for a penny. Envelopes, those are tough right now. The prices went up on those, and they're, you just gotta watch them. So at 16 cents, can you get them for 10 cents? The same quality. You don't want to go down in quality if you're happy with what you're using. But 16 cents, can you buy a little bit more and get them for 13 cents? Labels. There's places you can get 4x6 labels for free. Or find the cheaper ones, but is the quality well? So 2 cents, maybe you can get it down for 1 cent or nothing. Postage. People say, I can't control postage. Yes, you can. What do you put in your envelopes? What things do you put in there? You put a thank you card, you put a top loader, you put all this other stuff in there. You're close to an ounce. I can put 4 postcards with sleeves in here for 1 ounce. That's how I control postage. So watch what you put in here. That means you can put more cards. If that customer buys 4 cards, you don't need to go to 73 cents. You can stay at 57. Selling fees. Become a top-rated seller. Gives you a little bit. Whatever else you can do on eBay to get your fees down. I don't think there's much you can do, but if you're top-rated, I think there's a little savings there. And how to get top-rated, go look at the criteria for that. Everything helps. If you can do it, top-rated gives you a little bit, not like it used to. But you can get that 75 cents down to maybe 72 cents or 68 cents. It all goes off the bottom line. And promoted listings. Does it really do anything for you in this category? If it is, use it. I don't see a benefit for me. Not saying I'll never use it. I'm not my feet in the sand. I'll always change if I need to. But there's 10 cents right there. I think we just talked about 30 cents you could save, and that would put you at $350, $360 profit. So those are the things that I want to discuss. Where can I save money on there? And I got some other things I'll talk about in a minute. But there's some other costs you got to have in your mind too. And I didn't put them here. I couldn't put a cost to them. They're tangible, but they're hard to do. One is returns. How many returns do you get? I figure 3% of my cost for the postcard returns a year. So 3% of my sales I figure is returns. I don't get returns this time of year. I get it fourth quarter and first quarter when all the packages are running around. My little envelope's getting lost. That one year it was really bad. Last year wasn't too bad. So I figure in returns. If you're getting a lot of returns, that comes off your bottom line. Equipment, your scanners, your whatever you use. How much did it cost to sell that postcard using your equipment? Your printers. That's hard to determine. So those are other costs. Other supplies, your tape or whatever you use, your storage boxes, shelves, office supplies and stuff like that. Store fee. eBay is already getting 75 cents plus 10 cents for promoted listing on this deal, 85 cents. Now they're hitting you with a store fee every month. What is that? Do you have an anchor store, premium store, basic store, starter store? You got to pay that. The biggest one people forget about is your time. For that $5 postcard, how long did it take you to research and put that up there? To buy it, research and everything, put it up there and sell it and tack and do it. Your time. If you're spending 20, 30 minutes researching a $5 postcard, that's going to be tough. A $5 postcard to me does not take very long. If it's in the 4 to 6 range, it goes up for $4.55 basically. I'll bump it up to $5.55 or stuff like that, but that's my range. I'm not going to spend hours researching one Chrome card of a bridge. That bridge might not be there, but I'm not worried about missing out. Those types of cards, I just turn them out. And I'm not undercutting everything. I'm getting the money I got and everything else. So those are the other expenses. Now stick with me here. I'm going to do a what if thing. What if I sold 100 cards a month? At this, just to tell you, if you sold 100 cards and your expenses are $1.72 and your profit's $3.28, you're going to make $328 a month or $3,900 a year. If I turn off promoted listings, I'm going to save $10 more a year or $120 a year. So you're basically $10 a month or $120 a year. So you're paying eBay $10 a month to use promoted listings if you sell 100 cards a month. To keep an inventory and sell 100 cards a month, you need 5,000 postcards at 2% sell-through rate, which is going to cost you about $500. So that's another cost you got to figure about, is you got inventory, because sell-through rate on postcards is a lot lower than a lot of other things out there. So that's just a breakdown of what it costs. You can take those numbers, see where you can save. I'm constantly looking for cheaper sleeves, cheaper this, buying cards low, and stuff like that. But what's going on in the economy right now, people have asked me, what can I do to get my sales up? So I'm going to go through a list here real quick, and then we'll get into viewer comments. Hope you're still sticking with me. If not, you can move on through this. Try to add other income. There's different things, like what I have. People say, well, you got YouTube and you're monetized. Yeah, YouTube is very small. It pays for the subscription fees maybe for my software, but it's not like I get a $1,000 check a month. It's not that big of a thing. A video might give you 50 cents. It's not that big of a channel. But try to get other income. What can you do? You bought a bunch of envelopes, try to sell the envelopes. Just, you see something in the garage sale, put that up and sell it. So you want to try to get other income coming in, not just postcards. Everything chips away at the bottom line. Buy supplies in bulk or when they're on sale. I'm constantly looking weekly at the prices of these envelopes, and when I see them dip down, I might buy 1,000. Buy low, sell high. Common thing. Make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. So you make your money when you buy it. If you buy a $5 postcard for $1, you lost money. Always consider that when you buy things. What's going to be left over? Get them to buy more than one. Get them to buy as many postcards when they're in your store. Give them a 15% or 10% volume discount. Shows it right there on your listing. Easiest. I've been doing it forever. And you just saw today, I sold 4 ship cards for $18. So once you get them in there, get them to follow you, get them to buy more. You got them. So you don't let the fish go. I always tell people too, pay yourself first. Make sure you're getting some kind of return out of your business. When you first start up, it might be a little difficult for the first year or first 6 months. But pay yourself first. Then see what's left over. And sometimes you got to pay a bill, otherwise they're going to turn you off or something. But I tell people, pay yourself first. Remember, you can buy or price yourself out of business. If you're trying to make money off raising your prices, that might slow your sales because everybody else is cheaper. Or you want to go out there and just keep buying, and the next thing's going to be better, and the next thing's better, and you're on that hamster wheel. Control what you got first and stuff. And just like, I'm going to buy 10,000 envelopes because I can get them for half the price. But if you're only selling 100 cards a month, how long is it going to take you to go through that 10,000 envelopes that you bought for $2,000? You're tying up your money. Your cash flow has just got hurt. Average sale price and number of items sold. I always look to increase my average sale price and the number of items sold. It's a teeter-totter. To get me to sell more items, I got to watch my pricing. To get my sale price up, it's going to affect this. So you got to find that scale, that medium. So get your sale price up and get the number of items sold. The more inventory you push through, the more people you're hitting more people. Just adding a sticker or a thank you card adds to cost. So if I put a thank you card and I paid money for that thank you card to be done, or a business card, what is the return on that? Is there a return? A sticker. These little stickers like this right here. I got these little stickers made a while ago. I just wanted to have a few I throw in the boxes here and there. People ask me for them. Those cost about 10 cents a piece. I only bought like 150. I could buy more and get them cheaper. I just added another 10 cents to my cost. I just added more weight to the envelope. Yeah, sure, it's not a lot, but it just adds up. I have a stamp. This is a stamp that I use, and I stamp envelopes just like that with my logo on when I sell a postcard. That stamp will do 20,000 stamps before it runs out of ink. I've had this one forever. That's 0.0001 per stamp. I paid $20 for the stamp, and I'll have it for a couple years. So why do a sticker when I can just stamp it every time? Those are the things about expenses that are tough to talk about and tough to show. I just wanted to show you where things people can help with expenses. Any questions? I want to start a discussion on this too, where other people are saving money, and what they're doing to do it in there. So leave any notes in the comments and stuff like that. But that's the poll. A little longer than I thought, but I think this time of year was something I wanted to go through. I wanted to do the exercise for myself to make sure my numbers are right. Viewer comments. I got 4 quick comments here to go over since that was kind of long. I get these from all different places. I think I got a lot of these from email or somewhere. I'm not for sure on these. But J.I. said, congratulations on your milestone. Yes, the channel reached 1,000 subscribers, which is like a YouTube milestone. It means you're in the partner program. You get better support. Google always puts ads on your video. So before 1,000, they were putting ads on my video, but I wasn't getting any of it to support the channel. Now I get a little piece of it. And being at 1,000 is a good place to be. I think it's like being top-rated seller on eBay. It's a badge of honor on there. So, but I appreciate everybody subscribing. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. That way, this gets out to more people. And I'm not making a killing on it, I could tell you that. Mary T. Summer slump is a good time for me to tweak old listings and try to get better handle on inventory. List some oddball stuff that fell through the cracks. I'm listing some Elvis collectibles in hopes that, like you, I will get a bump from the movie that recently came out. Yeah, with those one postcards I got, Top Gun ones, when Top Gun came out, I sold the heck out of those little flight school postcards. I think I sold about 50 of those things in different places. So, yeah, watch your news, what's coming up and stuff like that. But, yeah, during the summer slump or when it slows down, just keep tweaking your stuff. Put it into your processes daily so you do it all year long also. But it's a good time to go through your store, and before you go out and buy another 10,000 postcards because you think that's going to save your sales, you probably got some good stuff in there. You just need to tweak. Cameron from Gravity Goods. Parker's Postcards. Check his channel out. He's been buying a lot of postcards. He's getting into it. It's got a good, he's starting to put them up there. He's done whatnot auctions, a whole bunch of stuff. So check out Parker's Postcards out there. I got a link on my main channel to that. But he said, great information, Mark. Thanks for teaching me about wacky plaques. Very interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting postcard. I found it in a lot. So if you haven't watched that video, it was the last one, I think, a couple of weeks ago or whatever. I lose track because I do these a little earlier in batches. But it was about the Mad Magazine cartoonist postcards. A little history in there. Bit Bufo, I can't imagine anyone doing well on HIP. That platform is toast. Yeah, I turned HIP off July 1st. You might have saw one video, the timing of the video when I turned it off. You might see I saw something, but I no longer sell on HIP. I turned it off, removed my credit card information, and unsubscribed. If the platform does enhancements and stuff, I'll be back. I did well on HIP for a while, but over the last year, no, it was a business decision, data driven. There wasn't enough money there, and they weren't doing anything more to promote it. So emails and stuff like that just don't do it. They've got to do more to make it better for sellers as well as buyers to find things. I think the site's been the same ever since they started it, but if they clean it up, made it more newer with more features, I'd be back in a second. But until then, that's the viewer comments. Make sure you put comments out there. Start conversations. This is a great place to learn about postcards. Don't get yourself stuck in your office thinking you got to do it this way. Go look and see what other people are doing. A lot of stuff on this channel talking about postcards, not just me. A lot of people. But we talked about that mechanical postcard. The guy said mechanical postcard and a pull-out postcard. To me, there's a solid line. And to help you understand the solid line that I'm thinking about between pull-out and mechanical, check this mechanical postcard video out I did. I think the title is Postcards That Really Move. Those can be pricey if you get them, but you got to check it out. That's all I got for you today. Hope you got something out of it. Good luck out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.